All right, let's finish up some Inside Rams Camp presented by Unifi Financial Credit Union with DeMarco Farr, JB Long here at LMU, joined by the head coach of your Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay, at the outset of year 8.
Man, you guys can't get anybody better than me. This is tough.
Come on, whatever.
Yeah, you were last on our list last day, so there we go.
Yeah,
it's your turn.
I hear that. Last on the list sounds about right.
My favorite play of Rams Camp, though, victory formation is how you close it out. Got to practice how to win, right?
It might not. Who knows? It was a good timely pressure by the defense. Did we get it off? Did we not? I don't know. If I'm calling plays for the offense, we did. If I'm working with the defense, we didn't.
Either way, you won.
No, it was. I thought it was a really good competitive day. You saw a couple turnovers that they were forced turnovers. They were earned by our defense. I really like the improvement I've seen, and I think even though we've had a couple of those little injuries where some guys that we're counting on aren't out here, it's forced development. I've really been pleased with our coaches. These guys are coachable as hell. They respond. I love the way that we're acting, interacting, and responding. And, that's been something I've been really pleased with. And what is it, August 4th or August 3rd? We got a long way to go, but I like the way that our guys have approached things and just being able to move forward and be in the moment. And I'm loving it.
It feels like camp just blew by.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we just got here the other day. Now, I'm not Loyola Marymount's been an unbelievable host. It's been great, but I will be glad to be able to see my little guy a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's like his dad. He wakes up early, goes to bed early.
Okay.
So he's
football.
It's been good, But we'll get an opportunity to practice against the Chargers tomorrow, DeMarco. That'll be a really good chance for us to. I don't know if you say measure yourself, but test yourself against another opponent. Different schemes. They're going to be a really well-coached outfit under Coach Harbaugh, and so it'd be great for our guys. I think they'll have the right spirit about it.
Who elevated these last couple of weeks? Who raised their stature within the Rams organization?
I think there's a lot of guys that you can mention, JB. I've been really pleased. I think, Braden Fisk from the very first day we put the pads on, and really even I thought he took the off-season program, and I thought he started exactly where he left off, and he's just continued to really ascend. It's been great getting Kobe Turner out here. I love the command and the communication of Quentin Lake. Cam Curl's getting more comfortable. Tre'Davious White into Kobe Durant. Ernest Jones' leadership. There's a lot of guys that I could go through. Jared Verse and Byron Young on the edges. Michael Hoyt. And then on the offensive side of the ball, it's your usual cast of characters. I think Steve has done a good job of being consistently available, as well as Kevin Dotson. We've obviously been really nicked up front. But when Matthew's on, good things happen. Blake Corum's another guy that's really stood out along with Kyron Williams. But I just named about the whole damn team.
Thanks for the 2
So it's been good. It's hard to say because every day is a new day.
Yeah.
But I like the way that the coaches are helping these guys develop, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we're at by the time we're about to look at each other in the eye on Sunday Night Football in a month and a week.
And now that you guys have had a chance to talk about kickoff, you've seen it, repped it. I mean, do you have a
What did you think about how that looked the other night?
Vanilla. They're not going to show you much.
Did you like it?
It was kind of cool. I can't wait to see more of it.
Did you think it was cool?
There's going to be more twists and turns to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big part of the game. I mean, do you have a better feel for what's coming?
No.
Not at all. Okay.
Here's what I'll tell you. It's going to be interesting. All right. We'll say that. I am looking forward to trying some things out in some of these joint practices, but interesting is a word I would use.
Going to be weird, right? Going to be weird.
Yeah. Weird is a good one too.
That's a weird. Yeah.
Stafford was here the other day talking about how much teaching Jimmy Garoppolo has helped him ingrain everything he's internalized over the previous 3 years. It made me think of that viral clip from this offseason. I'm sure you saw it, where you're in his helmet during the timeout.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, I'm sure. But he's basically.
You know what? I'm just trying to help out. Nobody talks to me anymore. You know what I like about that Mike, though? He can't talk back to me.
He can't.
So I can just go. And you know what? Until 15 seconds hit, you're listening to me, pal.
You can't. My God.
But if his takeaway
it is
there
annoying though. But I appreciate him.
That's awesome.
Was I get it? I got it. Do you feel that in year 4, that as much as anyone you've ever worked with, he's got it now?
I tell you what I think is really cool, JB, is Dave Ragone, who's a great coach. He's our quarterback coach. He gets here. He's got a lot of experience, and in a lot of ways, we go way back. I have such a, respect and admiration for him as a man, but as a coach, former quarterback in this league. And if you talk to the quarterbacks, they love him. Mm-hmm. And it's just him being himself. But he was really impressed with just watching the connection that Matthew and I have, where we really see the game through the same lens. And I felt that right away when we got together in 21. But he's so smart. He's way smarter than I am. I just have to work a lot harder at football, but that's all I really know. But I think just, us being on the same page is it's a big time thing. We speak, the same language. We think very much alike. And I think that's a huge advantage for us. And so I don't take that for granted. That's why I'm so grateful to be able to have, the opportunity to work with him. And Dave recognized that from all of his experiences. And sometimes you can be, it's good to be reminded, because when you're in it, you can take that for granted. And I don't ever want to do that. And I'm sure grateful for him.
How do you make him better? I mean, it's hard. I mean, he's 16 years in. What doesn't he know? How do you make a guy like that better?
He knows a lot, but I think it's continuing to study, continuing to figure out ways to elevate his game, whether it's the core fundamentals, the techniques. What are the things that we can do to implement to help him play at a high clip? Those are the things that we're really looking at and that we want to be able to see. And I think he's done that. And here's the thing, too. He's so conscientious. Like, I like it when some mistakes occur out here. Now let's learn from it and let's apply it. But to be able to test some things out, to have some things that don't always go perfectly, I think that's where the real growth occurs, like I've talked to you guys about. And I always love the way that he responds. That's been a staple of his career.
Now, through the Rams app throughout camp, fans have been submitting questions. And here's one for you that I think you, DeMarco, can also chime in on. Trevor from Brea asks, the Puka Cup duo, can you compare it to Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt in The Greatest Show on Turf?
Wow.
Isaac and Torrey were unbelievable. And I think, obviously Puka had a great rookie year. Cooper's resume is well documented up to this point. But if we start doing the things that those two guys were doing, we'll be in good shape. There's a reason why it's the Greatest Show on Turf. I think it's going to be different, but I think those are both, great dynamic duos that are great complementary skill sets. But I remember watching you guys win a Super Bowl. It was fun, and that'd be big shoes to fill, but I think they'd be flattered and honored to be mentioned in the same sentence as those two studs.
Comparison is a thief of joy. Where did we hear that before?
John Wooden.
See? There you go, right there. Yeah, see? But look, I mean,
What do you think?
They were great pass catchers.
How would you compare your game to Kobe Turner's?
I think I'm a little bit tougher. Oh, come on. I'm not going to denigrate myself. But, I mean, just what you're asking these guys to do, the blocking. Puka, all he talks about is blocking. Yeah. That's all he talks about. He loves to block. I'm like, he
also likes to get the ball in his hands and do the damn thing. Yeah. So he's a stud. He's all about the right stuff, as is Cooper. Yeah. DeMarcus Robinson, I think you're seeing Tutu. I really thought as a whole, this is as good a depth as we have at the receiver position. Tyler Johnson's comfortable in his second year. Xavier Smith's made some good strides, and Jordan Whittington is a really mature young rookie.
And your tight ends look like the Duke lacrosse team. They're all tall, huge, and can run.
They are.
Yeah,
they're
you like that
big,
one.
Yeah. You're a beauty.
Last one for me. I want to give you a chance to brag on Chris Shula a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking today that the longest tenured or the oldest player on your defense is actually John Johnson, who goes back to your first year in 2017. But Chris has been right there with you every step of the way. And I've heard how good he is in the draft process, just like seeing and communicating to Les and his team. So now he's had a role in basically drafting or acquiring and developing every member of this defense that he takes over.
Yeah, he's such a special guy, and I've known him for a long time, but he's got great humility. He's got great capacity. I mean, anybody that knows Chris Shula loves Chris Shula because of the way that he treats you, because of how consistent he is, but he's a fiery competitor. He's got a great capacity for the game. He's a great teacher. He's a great communicator. I think he's done an amazing job with his coaching staff, and you can see there's a real reason that we've gotten better on defense, and it's a credit to his coaches, but also it's a real credit to his leadership, the ability to give clarity. What are we trying to get done? What's the intent? What are the mechanics and the ways that we want to go about it on all three levels of the defense? And then what are the problems that could arise that we need to be able to solve and provide those answers for our guys? They're playing tough. They're playing smart. We've gotten better, and I think that's a real credit to Chris's leadership. Also, the players have done an amazing job, but I'm very confident in him. He's coached on all three levels of the defense, and and for us to be together and to be able to think so similarly, but also have differences in opinion, I think is what makes it special. But it's been a really smooth transition. We certainly miss a lot of the guys that we lost, but Chris is ready to lead and do a great job. In addition to those, defensive coaches, and we got a lot of players that I'm very confident in, and I like the way it's looked so far.
Can you believe it's year 8? Can you believe that?
Yes,
Shocking.
I can.
You can't believe it?
Yes, I can.
Everything.
Year 8, here we go, baby.
Yes, sir.
No, you know what? It's fun, and and we talked about it the last time that you guys actually invited me on here. You never invite me on here.
We always invite you on.
In the off-season program.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, and I still have to woo-saw myself every now and then, as a competitor. But love working with these guys and love trying to be the example that they deserve. Not perfect by any stretch, but
striving to be. Yes,
we're
sir.
improving.
Yes, sir.
Ditch us. Go hang out with Jordan. Get your time in.
Yes.
All right.
Watch out for
Kobe
Tyrese.
Turner, man. I'm going to have to line you guys up against one
He
another.
don't want
You better
it.
be ready to put a helmet and pads on
Vapor.
at some point.
He'd hit nothing. Dust.
For
All right.
Sean McVay,
Appreciate it, guys.
DeMarco Farr, JB Long. Can't wait for a new season of the Coach McVay Show, since clearly he's been missing it. Thank you for being with us for Inside Rams Camp
All right, I'm out of here.
Unified Financial Credit Union.